It is a number of romance, and they love to love and love to be loved. But that does not mean that they're only thinking their love definition of love for them is having a sexual relationship or just being intimate physically. No, they believe in being romantic and loving a person by seeing things in that person which others cannot see. This is Kanika. I am going to be talking about number six again. I've made one episode already on number six. Those were the basics of number six. And whatever information I can add to the second episode of number six, I shall. And if it fills up within this episode, fine. Otherwise, then I'll have to make another one because I don't want to rush anything about any number. I have this thing that I like to give details of every number because nothing should be missed or nothing should be lost in the process of giving you information in a rush. So let's talk about the temperament or nature of number six. Firstly, their number is a number of love. They're the most loving people on this planet. And love does not mean that they are only romantic and they have love for their wives or their girlfriends or their life is full of only romance and all that. They love everybody. They love their complete family. They love they make very good spouses and very good at coping with situations and handling a situation and sorting it out in such a way that there's no tension. They like to avoid tension as much as they can. They're happy-go-lucky. They like to live life to the fullest in the present, and they do not like to invite trouble in their lives. And since they like to help people, so usually people come up to them to take advice from them as to how they should go about things in life, because number six people are usually very successful people, and it's a number of prosperity, abundance, beauty, luxuries. So they attain all these things in life at a very early age, and the entire life sails smoothly with all these comforts and things that they desire for. I should say the children are very lucky who have a parent of number six, because number six people make the best parent on this earth. Nobody could be a better parent than number six. The way they care for their children and the way they love their children and they take care of their needs, even of their spouse or their family members, older people in the family, no number can reach that level. So this is one thing which is very, very beautiful about number six. In spite of being beautiful from outside and good looking, they have an inner beauty also, which everybody gets to see. I mean, they're usually not misunderstood. They are there around when anybody needs them. They are there for them. And it is a number of romance, and they do love to love and love to be loved. But that does not mean that they're only thinking their love definition of love for them is having a sexual relationship or just being intimate physically. No, they believe in being romantic and loving a person by seeing things in that person which others cannot see. And because they're full of romance and so much of love, and like they become very poetic also, and they do things for their partner, which are very unusual and which are very likable for if the other partner is equally romantic and enjoys the pamper and the care that they give to their partner. So this is something very nice and good about them. I had said, I think earlier, that number six people, they age very late in life. They're very young at heart, very young at heart. They don't feel old. They may be growing older, but they don't even look their age. And they fit in all age groups. So, because they are taking life just like as you took it in childhood, so they don't even grow old mentally because the spark is there all the time. And I think their jovial nature and their way of dealing with happy moments and their family and their loved ones is such that you can make out you're talking to a number six. It's very often you can make out you're talking to a number six because of their personalities being very outstanding. And they are lucky when it comes to getting all the luxuries and all the things that they require or desire. See, some things are needs and some things are desires and wants, which they do fulfill in their lives, and they're able to give it to their family also. Their qualities, as I said, actually, number six, fortunately, doesn't have very many drawbacks. They are very likable people, loved by almost everybody because they love to collect people around them and they love to make merry with them and spend good quality time. They're very empathetic, very sympathetic. Most number six people you will get to know would have, you could say, about 80% of number six people have love marriages because it's a number of Venus, and Venus is a number of love and goddess of love. And so somehow they tend to always attract the opposite sex, and they are noticed by the opposite sex. For example, if they're traveling in an aircraft or in a train or anywhere, usually the person sitting next to them would be a person of the opposite sex. It just so happens that that attraction or that that magnetic pull, they may have nothing to do with that person. They may not even have a conversation with that person, but somehow that person is sitting right next to them. And when they go to offices to have some work taken out from maybe some office or some, they go for some business or some, if they are in a job, they go for some work to another office or for any kind of purpose that they have to visit a place to have work done. Somehow their work will be taken care of by a person of the opposite sex. Why this happens? Because maybe it's the law of attraction. But it will be a person of the opposite sex and their work will get done. Not because they are good looking or they are lovable people, but that number attracts the other numbers' attention, and they are on the same frequency, in a way you can say. If there is a number six and a person of the opposite sex sitting across, could be any number, but their frequency would match because of the number six who approaches the other person. So again, they are at a benefit in this kind of aspect that their jobs are usually, they achieve lots of things because of just being a number six. They may not flirt, they may not do anything wrong, but being charismatic, or maybe their approach, the way they come across to people, they tend to, somehow things come out to be easy for them more than other numbers. We have heard now that France and Paris are considered cities of love, and actually, when you total the numbers of the alphabets of Paris and France, it comes to number six. So it just so happens that numbers do actually play a role in almost all things. And this is a system, a belief system, which is not just to believe in, but actually to go into deep so that you can understand that numerology is not a subject which we just can talk about and add to it whatever we wish to add to it. No, numerology is a subject and a science, of course, which is very apt. And whatever has been told about all numbers, at least 80% or 90% of the material that we talk about, any number, does go with that number and does match up with that number. So it cannot happen that it with. Why is it that most of the people say yes to the things that when a numerologist asks them about any number, whether it is a good number or an unfriendly number, but it goes well for everybody. So, like astrology, numerology also has a lot of weightage. You just need to understand it and go into deep. And very interesting. There's lots you can get to know about yourself. And someone who loves you or someone is in a relationship with you, at times they don't understand you very well, then I think that's another way of getting to know you. That what they can't explore within you, because every person is not a very open person. At times, you do not know the person that you are with so much because the person doesn't show that side of theirs. But if you are interested in numerology and your life partner or your children are coming under a certain number, there are a lot of qualities and drawbacks that you can come to know about those numbers, with whom you have to live with and stay with on a day-to-day basis. So just by going through other numbers, maybe it would make you believe and trust in the fact that yes, this is true science and one should know more about it. I'm not advocating numerology because it's not something that I have started or brought into the universe. It is something that has been here since centuries, and there is some substance. That is why everything seems to be falling on certain dates and happening on certain days. And it's always said that this whole universe is functioning on numbers. The second language or the main language of the universe is numbers. So it does have a very important role in your life, plays a very important role. Now let's talk about their drawbacks. See, it is taken as a drawback when it comes to number 6 is that they pay too much of attention to their looks and they work a lot on themselves and they are very involved in their sense of dressing and they're trying to look younger than what they actually are. And because of which at times they do not peep within themselves, which they should. But fortunately, since they are born with inner beauty and external beauty, they don't need to do so much of introspection, but at times they do. Because being a number 6, they can go haywire also. They are oozing with so much of love for themselves and their looks and their personalities that maybe their partner doesn't match up to them, to what they expect from their partner. And when they turn 50, 60, they would still be very youthful and very young at heart, but their partner may have just grown with age and become mature and not be as romantic as them. So then what happens is that this is a desire that they always have, because for them this is very important to be appreciated and loved. And it's like venting out their love and their romance. They need to give vent to it, whether to their partner, and if their partner does not reciprocate, then there are very high chances of them going out of their marriages and looking for a partner outside who would understand their need of being liked, loved, romance. So number 6 should Of course, it's fine that you do not look your age, and when you grow older, others have grown older, but you still very young at heart. But this can cause problems in your married life and family life, because if you're young and you're a number six and you're not content with your family, your partner who is not matching up to the level of your way of feeling love and exhibiting love, then at times there are chances that you may just leave that person and go out of the relationship, and this will cause problems in your life. So, and not only in youth but in older age also. So there are chances, very high chances of number six people going out of their relationships, and it could be many times, it could be maybe once, but since they are so romantic and they like change also, uh, they want to be made, to feel good about themselves, and they articulate and say things that the other person would love to hear, but they themselves would also love to hear the same things then. So when they do not get it as much as their need is, then they they just may walk out of that relationship and look for another person who would maybe fulfill their needs. So this is a thing that number six people should watch and is a drawback which they should be careful of, because a mind, whatever we do as per the requirement of our mind and the need that we need, that our mind requires. So if your mind is still requiring things at an age or at a time when you should not be requiring it and should have been content by now, and you go out for it, it is going to give you trouble in some way or the other. For how long can you continue doing things like that? So you have to see, like, age is inevitable. Everybody wants to remain young and beautiful, but just because you're a number six does not mean that now for eternity you are going to be beautiful and young. You have to accept the fact that you have aged, and you have to accept the fact that since you've aged, you have to move with time, though you are young at heart or you feel young, but you cannot reverse things. But some things have to be kept at bay, because everything does not match up with the age you are in. So you have to keep a control on yourself. That would be important for your relations with your spouse, your family, and everybody else. Now, the careers that they opt for. The careers that are best for them are related to the beauty that they have, like anything related to cosmetics, fashion, uh, beauty, uh, products that are related to beauty, the fashion industry, uh, beauty parlors, and even working in the media, or working in films, acting, singing, dancing. I mean, these are all those luxurious and those fun-loving jobs that they are naturals at. So they, being good at it, they can handle them very well, and they would do justice to, they would enjoy their work more if they stay into these kind of professions. And software engineering, or software applications, apps that are coming into existence, is also creativity and a creation which, like we can say, an example of it is Steve Jobs. His date of birth is 24th, so it comes to number 6. So this is also a very good line for them to uh, go into if for some reason they do not go into the rest of the fields. But mostly you will get to see number 6 doing jobs which are very creative and related to beauty and design, and they accomplish and do very well in most of the things that they do. So careers, they have a lot of career options. So this is one thing that they don't have to stress about. What they're very passionate about, they will eventually do it. They will not. You can't control them. You can't hold them away from what they like to do. So they will anyway do it, because there are some people who are a certain number. They are meant to be in a certain profession, but they, because of the family pressure or because of the parents or just because of the studies or your marks or whatever, they go and pursue some other profession. But number 6 people, they do pursue the professions that they're fond of doing. And doctors, if anybody pursues a doctor's profession, a cardiologist would be the best doctor that they would make, because it's related to the heart. And it just so happens that the heart is related to love and being loved. So being a good cardiologist would also, they would make very good cardiologists also. So I think this career option is also open for them. And no doubt, whatever they do related to all these things that I've spoken about, they will achieve and they shall do well. Now let's talk about their lucky numbers. Number 6, luckiest number is number 6. Though of course number 6 gels with most numbers. But when just now we're talking about the numbers which are most lucky for them, so it is number 6. And number 6 people, uh, uh, whenever the year, I've said it in almost all my numbers, that whichever year they come to, whether it is the year like 2022 was number 6. So that year would have been a very good year for a number 6. And if your age is running age is coming on a number 6, that year would be very beneficial and very good, fruitful for you. So is the date, like a 15th or 24th or number 6. These dates, anything good you wish to do, or anything constructive, or some gain that you wish to have, you should focus on these dates, because these dates will always give you an advantage and go in your favor. So, number 6 being a number of love and romance, and usually luxuries also, of having all kind of things. Then the colors also that are there for number 6 is like a pink, and even violet and blue too. But now colors which are related to romance. Red is not a color which any number accepts to wanting to go along with it. Red and black. It should be avoided. But otherwise, Friday is a good day for them. All days are good for them otherwise. But Friday is a good day for them, and the more they use these colors, the more they shall benefit and have things to their advantage. So I think I said a lot about number 6. Number 6 is a beautiful number, like number 3. And I think it's become too long. There's still some information I'd like to share about number 6, but I think I'll do it now, pursue it in my next video, in my next episode on number 6. And then, of course, there's lots more for number 6 that we can talk about later. But as of now, I think I need to come up with my number 7, and uh, I hope you people have all those people who have uh, a desire to study numerology or understand numerology must have gone and seen my videos. At times, people watch certain things because of curiosity also, and then they develop a belief system or faith. So, whatever it is a very, very interesting subject. So, if anybody goes through it like you read books and you gather information and knowledge in the same way, studying numbers and understanding numbers is also a very interesting thing to do in life. Rest, of course, it should be of your interest. So I hope you enjoyed my previous videos, and do look forward to the others that are coming. Till then, I shall put an end to this video and shall meet you soon in my next video. Thank you so much.